was a time that I swore I would never go back. I was blind to the truth, didn't know what I had. I was running, I was searching, but every place I turned for healing left me more broken than the last. Take me back to the place that feels like home, to the people I can depend on, to the faith that's in my bones. Take me back to a preacher and a verse where they've seen me at my worst, to the love I had at first. Oh, I wanna go to church. Trying to walk on my own, but I'm wound up lost. Now I'm making my way to the foot of the cross. It's not a trophy for the winners, it's a shelter for the sinners, and it's right where I belong. Take me back to the place that feels like home, to the people I can depend on, to the faith that's in my bones. Take me back to a preacher and a verse where they've seen me at my worst, to the love I had at first. Oh, I wanna go to church. I wanna go to church. Oh, more than an obligation, it's our foundation, the family of God. I know it's hard, but we need each other. We're sisters and brothers. Oh, take me back to the place that feels like home, to the people I can depend on, to the faith that's in my bones. Take me back to a preacher and a verse where they've seen me at my worst, to the love I had at first. Oh, I wanna go to church. Yeah, I wanna go to church. Oh, I wanna go. Wanna go. Oh, I wanna go to church. Oh, I wanna go to church.
Hello everyone, I hope you are well. I hope you enjoyed the video just now. I just wanted to share with you a little update on all that's been going on at St John's Youth over the past year, but also just outline the vision for 2022. Firstly, I wanted to start by saying just what an honour it is to be in this role as youth pastor at St John's, to serve and pastor your young people. They are a blessing to us all, and it has been so exciting to see them grow in faith, in their relationship with God and with one another, but also just seeing so many young people step out in using their gifts to serve the church in many different areas. We had a key verse when drawing up the vision and 4 values that we wanted to adopt. The verse was from Romans chapter 10 verse 14, and it says this: "But how can they call on him to save them unless they believe in him? How can they believe in him if they have never heard about him? And how can they hear about him unless someone tells them?" And our values are all in, courage, perseverance, and honour. We look to speak about our faith and about the good news at every opportunity where we meet with our young people. We've been so blessed to see almost 20 new young people joining the church over this past term, some hearing the good news for the very first time. Many of these have been coming because someone in the group had invited them along. They are believing in him because someone else has told them about him. This invitational culture is such a wonderful culture, and we started building on it just before the pandemic started, and now we're starting to see the fruit of that work. It's a real blessing. There's a number of areas to celebrate in as well. We've seen a solid group or solid core group of young people attending. We have a core group of 45 young people attending regularly. And this is a number that we look to grow on in 2022, but also invest in those 45 and help them to find regular patterns of worship, prayer and discipleship, and just helping them on their journey of faith. The all-in culture has definitely been set and maintained in worship, prayer, attendance and participation. We are seeing more young people being all in with what we do and taking leaps of faith as they step out of their comfort zone to speak, to pray and to worship during the sessions we meet in. The 6 p.m. is a wonderful area to celebrate in. It's so good to see young people just being involved with that service, attending and also serving at the 6 p.m. They've certainly adopted it as their service, and that was our hope and prayer back in September, that as we remodeled the 6 p.m, that the young people, especially the older youth, would really see it as their home. And it's been a real pleasure to see so many of the youth leading and preaching in this service as well. The worship band is another area to celebrate in. We've had regular sessions, but we've also seen young people integrated into the church worship team and production team, and we hope to see more of that in 2022. We've seen new volunteers joining the team. We're so thankful to have such a wonderful team, and again we're really hoping that that team will grow as we move into the new year. As I mentioned, the youth values, all in, courage, perseverance and honour, we've seen those lived out in our young people. It's just been really brilliant to see. And we've introduced a wellbeing board at Friday night youth and Sunday mornings, and we're looking to use it with older youth in the new year. But this is just a regular anonymous way to check in with our young people, just seeing how they're doing with their mental health, but also just helping them to be able to speak out as well, without other people knowing just who they are and what they've said as well. So they write their name on a post-it note, they put it on a board. Board's got different columns relating to the feelings. So I'm feeling great, I need a conversation, feeling a bit meh, and they can just post their name with their name against the wall so that nobody else can read it and only the leaders can see those post-it notes. And it's just been wonderful to see the young people not only opening up but using that board and just having those conversations with us. So yeah, we're just praying that we can dig more into that as the new year approaches. As we enter 2022, there are a number of areas we want to focus in on. We want to have a wider conversation about mental health and how we continue to support the young people in our care. And we will be able to speak more about that at the Parents' Evening on the 24th of January. We hope to run Youth Alpha at least twice in 2022. It was really successful back in the early part of this year. We saw a great number of young people attending. That was online. We will look to perhaps do one online and in person. We'll get a feel for the room and just see what the younger people would prefer. We hope to appoint a worship leader who is specifically focused on youth, mainly the Sunday morning 10 a.m. slot where they can come and lead worship on a weekly basis. This is something we really wanted in September. We started the worship series and we did have a few guest worship leaders, but not as many as we had hoped. So we really hope that in 2022 we can find the right person. We hope to be digging deeper into our Bibles as well through the teachings on a Sunday morning and midweek. And we really want to create patterns and spiritual habits with our young people. We're also going to be starting the Growing Leaders course for older youth in the new year. This just really help them to hone in on the skills that they have as leaders, but also just unlock areas for young people who maybe don't feel like they're called to leadership yet. Just helping them to explore maybe the potential that they have. And then we've got our weekend away in February. We're really praying that COVID does not disrupt this again. So yeah, I just hope you join me in praying for that. We're also hoping to be more mission focused in the summer. We're going to be starting a series around mission, and part of Growing Leaders will help the young people with this. And I think as well, it's really important that we carefully think about the timings of things, especially events that we put on. We'll be looking at exam seasons and just how we connect and support our young people during these times. I'm delighted to say as well, we are now part of Teddington High School. So EJ and myself are visiting Teddington High School once a week during lunch breaks, walking around getting a feel for the place and connect with the young people. We've been invited in to do assemblies as well, and even to run a few classes. So this is a real answer to prayer over the last, I think it's 10 years we've been trying to get into Tenton High School. So praise the Lord for this. We're really excited to see that relationship grow over the next year, and just being a greater presence in the community through the Love Hampton Wick project, through the high school, but also looking at maybe starting again the youth cafe. We're really praying into that and seeing if it's God's will for that to happen this year. Areas of growth, we want to see more young leaders, and the Growing Leaders course will really help with that area. We want to grow our mentoring and discipling of our young people, so we're looking to recruit more team. So please do continue to pray for us as we look at our youth team and how we can continue to grow and just enable a bigger vision for the year. Older youth as well will have received a survey this week that is helping us to look at the shape of older youth and how it looks for the next term. We feel that now maybe might be a good time to change the pattern of how we meet and what we do. Finally, I'd just like to say a few thank yous. I'd like to thank our youth team for all that they've poured out over this last year. We started the year on Zoom. It wasn't easy, but our team were just so great at coming together and connecting with our young people via screens. There were many who were connecting with our young people via text as well, just asking them how they are during their week. Like, our youth team don't just turn up when they're required, they are serving throughout the week. So just a massive thank you to everyone who serves on the youth team. Massive thank you to our young people as well. We wouldn't be able to do the things that we do without our young people. It would be just EJ and I, the youth team, just sat around twiddling our thumbs if we didn't have young people. So thank you so much for all that you bring to the group, the energy, the love, the just enthusiasm. We absolutely love you guys, so thank you. I'd like to say thank you to EJ as well, my partner in crime, who, just holds so much of the older youth work that we do here. EJ is just a wonderful, natural leader and so gifted with our young people. So thank you, EJ, for putting up with my terrible jokes, my big pictures, and you look at the kind of the smaller details and say, well, how are you going to get to that bigger picture? You've got to look at the little things. EJ is great at that. So thank you, EJ, for all that you do. Massive thank you to our church leaders, to Anna, to Jerry, to the church wardens who listen to some of our crazy ideas and back us and really just encourage us. But they're just great support. So thank you guys for just believing in us and allowing us to do the work that we do. And thank you as well to you guys as parents and guardians of our young people for entrusting us to help your young person or people on their journey of faith. Thank you for bringing them to events that sometimes are way out of the time or out of your area. But just thank you for all that you do as well at home. I'm really looking forward to connecting with you at the parents' evening and just looking at how we can work together to enable our young people to grow in their faith. Have a wonderful Christmas. God bless, and see you soon. Take care.